He spent 29 years in prison for a crime he says he did not commit. Then today, Frank Gable was released. The Oregon man was convicted of murdering Michael Franke decades ago, but that conviction was recently overturned. A judge found there were a lot of problems with this case, including another man's confession and unreliable witness statements. Fox 12's Kelsey Watts joins us live in studio now with how families on both sides are reacting to this. Kelsey.
Well, Liz, this was a very high-profile murder, and it dates back to 1989 when Michael Franke was the director of the Oregon Department of Corrections and was stabbed to death on the grounds of the Oregon State Hospital in Salem. Frank Gable was arrested and convicted, but Franke's brothers have always believed he's innocent. For the first time in nearly 3 decades, Frank Gable is walking outside the gates of a prison, pushing a cart full of documents tied to the murder he was convicted of. Earlier this year, a federal judge found that conviction should be overturned.
We don't really want to talk about the case, and I'm just glad to be out. I'm thankful to the judge for exonerating me and, just really looking at the case finally and, seeing what really went happen, with the state police and the DA's office, They did a lot of dirty stuff, and it's just real emotional,
Emotional, too, for the brothers of the murder victim. Michael Franke was the head of the Oregon Department of Corrections when he was killed in 1989. His brothers say the murder investigation was botched, and they have always believed that Frank Gable is innocent.
There's no evidence. They don't have anything on Frank. Not one single piece of evidence.
Today, Kevin Franke spoke on the phone with Frank Gable for the first time in 12 years. He, too, saw the clip of his release.
Both of us cried like babies, but it was good to see his smiling face.
But Kevin and his brother Patrick are furious that the state of Oregon has filed an appeal to retry Frank Gable. They say it's a futile attempt to target an innocent man and only delays bringing the real killer to justice.
Which is why the Department of Justice should do the smart thing and the right thing and drop the appeal and reopen the investigation.
What I'm hopeful is that now that if this case finally gets back as an unsolved crime, that we'll get an outside agency, the FBI perhaps, hopefully, to run an investigation and to find out who promoted this murder.
Gable's release is in large part thanks to the Oregon Federal Public Defender's Office, which has been working on his behalf for the last 12 years. As a condition of his release, Gable will be under federal supervision while the state of Oregon's appeal is pending. Live in studio, Kelsey Watts, Fox 12 Oregon.